Assalamualaikum class. Are you there? No, 33 of us in the group.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, okay, we wait a little while so that more people coming in.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now more and more coming in. Is it okay for us to wait for a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes?
Sure, doctor.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Six, slightly over half in the class already. Now my class have 56. Before we start, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Very clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I can hear you clearly also. Now I put my earphone so that I can hear very clearly. I can hear you very well. Okay, now 38. One. Any more people coming in? Shall we, brothers, sisters? Now, well, 45 is in. Should we start the class now?
Sure, doctor.
Okay, good. Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. Now is our second class.
Waalaikumsalam, doctor.
So let's start our class with the recitation of Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanir rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Let's start our day with a dua by Ustaz Ashraf. Brother Ashraf, are you around?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, let's have a dua. Tafadhal Ustaz. Bismillah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma alhimna ilman na'rifa bihi awamiraka wa na'rifa bihi nawahiyaka warzuqna. Allahumma balagha fahmin nabiyina wa fasahata izil mursalin wa sur'ata ilhamil malaikati wa sur'ata ilhamil malaikatil muqarrabin wa akrimna Allahumma binuril ilmi wa sur'atil fahmi wa ahrijna min zulumatil wahmi waftah lana abwaba rahmatika wa alimna israran hikmatika ya rabbal alamin. Salawatu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin ya rabbal alamin. Shukran Ustaz.
Afwan, Doctor.
Let's start our day. Today is our next topic. So today we'll be doing decision analysis. What is decision analysis? And why do you have to do decision analysis? So what is it? Decision analysis. Okay. It is used, decision analysis. If you are running a company, you have to develop a strategy. You have to make decisions for the organizations. And every decision you make is not that straightforward. There will be some constraints, some limitations, and some unknown things. Political environment, for example, our politics keep changing, economic things are changing, and a lot of uncertainties. So decision analysis is normally used when you want to develop a strategy, or you are running an organization, you are the CEO, even you are senior managers, even a junior executive. Whatever you decide today, it doesn't materialize right away. And then you are facing with limited resources. For example, limited capital, limited equipment. And then with that limitations, you cannot have everything. And then there are so many options to do with that limitations. So you have difficulties in deciding just using common sense. But the best is you can support with something in order to decide which options to do. We call it decision alternative. We want to do something, we have alternative, many alternatives. Then when you are making decisions, you decide today, say you plan something today, it may be applicable or maybe useful, or it materialize in a few months' time, or in 1 year's time, or a few years' time. For example, you construct a building, you construct today, it complete 2 years' time. So you are facing with uncertainties. You do not know what happened in 2 years' time, or in 1 year's time, or maybe 10 years, if you have these long-term strategies. And then there are many risks. So whatever you do, there are certain risks. Many things can happen. If things go to your favor, you are laughing away. But if things doesn't go to your favor, well, it is not wrong decisions. It is right at the moment, but it doesn't work in the future. For example, in Malaysia, many years ago, we spent a lot of money to do this hydroelectricity project in Sarawak. Sabah or Sarawak, I cannot remember, Bakun project. Spent a lot of money. After that, they found out to relay or to transport the electricity to Malaysia, we have to lay cable, undersea cable, they become so costly, so become not worth it. Okay, in situation like this, with the limited resources, we have to choose the best option. That means the best option from a number of alternatives. The best, not necessarily the most suitable, but with the limitations. I mean, you choose the best options. We call it satisficing. You are satisfied, but at the same time, sufficient, satisficing. And then decision making. When you do decision making, there are three main approach. The first one, decision making without probability. Then this decision making with probabilities, and then decision making with additional informations. Okay, we will discuss this as we go along. In decision analysis, the first stage is to formulate the problem. Begin with verbal statements, identify alternative, identify uncertain future events, identify the consequences associated with each decision you make, and then we have to look into the possible outcome or the chance event, we call it, in like the future event. These are referred as states of nature. So verbal statement, decision alternative or the options. Chance events are the like economic conditions that we are not so sure in the future. The consequences, what will happen to your profitability based on your decision you make some time back. So all this put together with the states of nature will determine whether you are making profit or you are not making profit, you are making just moderate profit. Let's look into simple investment decisions. Let's figure out, you went to the bank or you have a dinner or golf buddies with the banker. Then you try to ask this banker, if I were to do something, would you give me a loan or not? Then the bank happily, for your sake, no problem. Any amount, I will lend you money to start your business. So let's say the bank already gives some undertaking to you, you are to finance your businesses. Then you have to think what to do with it. Say you want to do, let's say, are you going to set up art galleries in London or in Italy? Or you want to use the money for portfolio investment? You invest in the stock market or real estate, farming, agriculture, for example, livestock, auto industry, component manufacturing, and many things you can do with the investment. It depends on your interest and your entrepreneurship. Let's say in this situation, you make decisions, okay, I'm going to invest in real estate. So, okay, you are making investment in real estate. So this, you are going to construct a condominium, maybe near the campus. Maybe you want to cater for PhD students in future, or maybe there is more industry coming in. There are a lot of executives who wanted to stay in luxurious condominium. There, this will be your imaginations, what you are going to invest. So when you want to invest, you are contemplating, what should I do? You already made decisions based on the different type of business. You already made decision. You are going to construct a luxurious condominium. Because real estate, there are hotel, many other things, but you opt for condominium. So you already you are going to structure the problem. The first thing is, what is the problem? Investing in the condominium. So you already decided in the condominium. But even then, you are not so confident about it. You still want to consult with other people. You consult your other friends here and there, or maybe you consult other bankers or other real estate people. What is the best thing to do? Whether you want to do large condominium, medium size, or maybe a small one. And then you have these options to do. So you have alternative. You are going to make, say, you can construct small condominium, say 30 units, medium-sized condominium, say comprising 60 units, or large condominium comprising 90 units. Let's say this alternative we refer as decision 1, D1, decision 2, D2, decision number 3, D3. And then if you are going to construct today, assume this one build and then sell. If you are not going to pre-sell it. And to construct a condominium, it will take time. You have to decide today with the limited resources you have. The bank may finance you only for one project, let's say limited to one project until you pay back the bank, and then they may give you more loan in future. So you are going to figure out what will happen in 2 years' time. Will there be people buying your condominium or not? What will happen to the economic conditions? What will be the demand? So let's just narrow down. Let's look into the demand. The demand in future, we call it states of nature. That means these are the uncertain things that will happen in future. So we refer this as strong demand or weak demand. Let's refer this as states of nature 1, S1, states of nature 2, states 2. Of course, you can have more states of nature, maybe stable demand, for example, or you can put any other thing. But for purpose of today's discussions, we just put 2 states of nature and 3 decision alternative. What will you decide? Can you decide now? You still have difficulty to decide. You are not sure. Large, medium, small. How are you going to decide? You are taking a dart and then throw which one strike, then that will be your decision. Cannot, right? No.
No. There are a lot
yeah.
of possibilities.
But not possible. So that will be gambling. So you still need, since we are doing scientific approach, let's look at, you cannot, this information still not sufficient. Okay, there are other, yeah, again, someone say something?
Small.
Small. Okay, somebody say already, make decision small. Yeah, sister, you are saying something? Okay, I proceed. Influence, then we can use influence diagram. What's influence diagram? Like here, we have the size of condominium, call it decision alternative. Then we have a circle here, the states of nature. Take note of the circle, the rectangle. These are the rectangle or square. This one, circle or oval. This one represent decision alternative. The circle represent states of nature. And then we have the possible outcome. represented by diamond shape. And this one is the, what you call the direction of the influence. So the profit is the consequence of payoff. So payoff, profit. Let's say, just now one brother said they are going to construct small condominium. And then the demand is so good in future. Let's say 2 years ago, he designed on small condominium. And then the demand is good. What will be the payoff? Maybe low. Or if you do large condominium and then the demand is weak, your profitability may be low, or maybe you lose money. All right. Then just now we said the circle or oval shape represent chance node. These are nodes representing the decision and consequences. Rectangle represent decision nodes, or square, whatever. Oval or circle, diamond shape represent the nodes. This line also referred as arc or direction of the influence. So we are going to use this symbol in what we call just now influence diagram or decision tree. Well, look at it later, decision tree. So now before you make decisions, you want to know what is the possible payoff. Now we develop what we call it payoff table. So we list down on the left-hand side here the 3 decision alternative, D1, D2, D3, small, medium, or large. And then at the top here, we write down the states of nature, strong demand, weak demand, say S1, S2. Then the numbers inside here, let's say it represent profitability. So here, this one, our decision alternative, states of nature, these are the payoff, 7, 9. So if you construct small condominium, and then on the basis of strong demand, you anticipate 2 years time, the demand is strong, you may only profit 8 million. If you construct large one, you may profit 20 million. But if demand is bad, you may profit, for small condominium, your profit will be 7. If you happen to construct 2 years ago, let's say, large condominium, now demand is weak, you may lose 9 million, let's say. If you happen to construct medium size, if the demand is good, you make 14 million. If demand is bad, weak demand, you make 5 million. Now, can you decide now? Still not sure.
Medium.
Medium. Now you look at medium. Play safe.
Yes, because it will give the best result.
Yes.
Okay, play safe. Okay, let's see how we go. This is what you call just now decision tree, not THREE, TREE, tree. Just now I did mention the square or rectangle. It represents decision alternative. So it branch out to the decision alternative. So there are 3 branches from this decision node: small, medium, large. And then each of these decision alternative are exposed to 2 different states of nature. So we put a circle here. This circle represents chance node, some probabilities, chance node, exposed to strong demand and weak demand. The same goes for the medium, will be exposed to strong demand, weak demand, and also large condominium, strong demand and weak demand. And then we write the payoff on the right-hand side here. Okay, this is a procedural method. Our procedure is like this. We write the payoff on the right-hand side. Because software on decision tree, this is the way from left to right. So the branches represent the direction of the influence, decision node, chance node, payoff. Okay, decision making. Decision making under uncertainty. What does it? Oh, decision making under certainty. What we assume here, we imagine the future states of event is known. Maybe you are a fortune teller. You know very well. That means 2 years down the line, you are sure that the economy is good, for example. But in reality, you cannot tell. So what does this mean? Under certainty, decision making under certainty only exists in imaginations or in theory only. Another way of looking at decision making under risk. What is under risk? We also refer this as decision making with probability. What probability? So we are trying to predict using statistical approach. We can predict the possible event in future. For example, the probability associated with the economy, for example, the states of nature. Maybe there are 0.6 probability that the economy is good, or 0.4 probability that the economy will be poor, or maybe 0.8 probability that the demand will be good, 0.2, and many others. You can put point whatever. This one, through analysis from statistical approach, you can have a good economy, stable economy, poor economy, bad, and many other factors. As an example, I just showed two only. Another situation is decision making under uncertainty. In these situations, you do not need information of the probability. It is also called decision making without probability. That means we make decision without the probability of the future states of nature. In a situation like this, the decision maker is unable to predict the future states of nature. It doesn't mean that the decision maker is that stupid that he cannot predict. He feels he's not qualified to determine the states, the future states of nature. So situation like this, he may opt not to use any probability because he feels not so qualified, not professional enough to do this. So he opt to do without probability. So in situation like this, we call it totally uncertain about the future. This approach of decision-making do not require any knowledge about the probabilities of the states of nature. Okay, let's figure out. Maybe today is, I can see Sister Sadia's name appearing. Can I quote your name? Or maybe sisters, all of you. Let's say today is your birthday. And you open the door. In front of your door, there's a beautiful Ferrari parked in front of you, in front of your door. And then in your mailbox, you can see this key to the car, with the remote key to the car, and it's yours from brother. Let's figure out, you are a very good driver. You are a very, very good driver. You know very well the car is very good. You get permission from the highway authority. How fast would you drive, sister?
Depending on the emptiness of the road, maybe?
Yeah, you get permission. The police already cordon off all other traffics, all for you for the next 10 kilometer.
Oh, wow.
You are going to trash to 350, right?
Maybe not
Yeah.
that high. I don't want to die yet.
You know,
But definitely, if possible, I would try to go a bit on a higher speed just to enjoy the Ferrari.
right. Because you know you are a good driver. You know the car is very, very good. The tire can hold very well.
Yeah.
Now you are excited with the Neo Ferrari. Then you bring your mother, your grandmother, sit by the side. Only two people can sit. And then you drive, say at 250 with your grandmother by your side. What do you think? Your grandmother say, faster, sister. Would she say like that?
She would be scared, definitely.
What? She will
Uh,
say,
she
she
would be scared of the high speed,
scared.
definitely.
Definitely. She won't got fainted, right? She will not get fainted.
Depends if my grandmother has any heart issues, maybe she would faint. But Alhamdulillah, both of my grandparents are good in
Yeah.
health, so they might
Yeah.
not, but they will still be scared.
So the point is she will not, she will ask you to slowly, slowly, sister, slow down, right?
Yeah, she would
Okay,
definitely ask.
let's say, just imagine. Okay. This is general statement. I happen to quote Sister Sadia. Okay, let's see what happened. So what happened is sister is very optimistic person. She knows that she is a good driver. She knows that the car is in good conditions. She get permission from the authority. The road also designed to take a speed up to say 400 kilometer per hour. Not like Malaysian road. Malaysian road is actually designed to take 120. That's why many accidents when you speed. Because so this optimistic person, you will decide based on payoff, based on the best payoff. For example, when you want to do the condominium, just now you evaluate all the alternative based on the best payoff. How about your grandmother? Your grandmother is very pessimistic person, conservative. She's scared of speed. Slow down, right? So she's very conservative. So grandmother is playing safe, play safe. So situation like this, the person will be evaluating like the condominium based on the worst payoff, play safe. The same goes on managers in any organizations. Some managers are very optimistic. Some managers are very conservative, very pessimistic. If you notice some organizations have say grow very fast because the managers are very optimistic. It's not reckless. It's a different recklessness. Optimistic means he knows very well that anything happen, he can handle it. Anything happen, if the economy is bad, he knows how to handle. Maybe he has good contact with people, or with the bankers, and so on. Whereas the conservative managers play safe. If anything bad, I won't suffer very much. So this is the different nature of managers. Okay, let's go back to our decision making just now. Let's look into decision making without probability. Decision making under uncertainties. Decision making without probability is decision making under uncertainty. What you do is you list down the payoff. You list down the payoff. These are the alternative on the left hand side. Decision 1, decision 2, decision 3. And then up here, what would you call this? States of nature. States of nature 1, states of nature 2. Let's figure out, this is like sister, you're a very optimistic person. What will you do? You evaluate this payoff based on the best option. So what you do, you list down all the best option in each decision alternative. So for small condominium, if you construct small, the option is between 8 and 7. But since you are a very optimistic person, you choose the highest value. Similarly, for medium, we have 14 and 5 million. Which one do you choose? 14, the higher value. And then for third one, if the demand is good, you make 20 million. If the demand is bad, you lose 9 million. So you are very optimistic person. Okay, choose 20. So you list down the maximum payoff from each decision alternative. And then from this payoff, you already have this 8, 14, 20. Now you are being optimistic, very greedy, because you are business people, always want to have the best. So from this one, you want to get the best from the best, maximum from the maximum. What will you choose?
20.
20.
Maximum.
Yeah, 20. So what will be your decision?
Large condominium.
Large condominium.
Large one.
Yes, large. So your decision is large or D3, not 20. 20 is your analysis. So this method, we call it Maximax method or Maximax criterion. Maximum from the maximum. Maximax. Maximum from the maximum. Maximum from the maximum. You list all the maximum, you take the maximum from the maximum. So maximum approach is done by this optimistic approach. If the managers are very, very optimistic, that will be the decision. Construct large condominium. So choose maximum out of maximum payoff from each decision alternative. If it is cost opposite, then you take the minimum out of minimum cost. We call it mini-min. If it is cost, minimum out of minimum cost. Well, business people like to reduce costs, not cut corner, reduce costs by good management practice, very good operation management. You can reduce your costs, reduce wastage and many others. You can reduce all those wastage, idle time, for example, you can minimize your costs. So look at it carefully. Managers, you are running business, not to cut corner, but find a way to reduce costs. Okay, let's look another one. Now, maximin. This is like grandmother. What grandmother? Very pessimistic person or conservative person. So let's say we look at how conservative managers make their decisions. The same goal, we list down the payoff, but now he's looking into the worst scenario. So if this person, if he is looking at this small condominium, he want to play safe. If small condominium, play safe 7. So we try to list down the worst payoff first. So between 8 and 7, 7 is the worst. For medium or D2, between 14 and 5, 5 is the lowest. D3, 20, and lose 9, 9. So start analyzing. But with this minimum payoff, you want to get the best out of the worst. The highest from the worst.
Yeah, so it will be for the small.
So small. So this is the highest, small. You are faster than me. So just now, brother, who says small, he may be looking from conservative approach. It's not wrong. There is no right, not wrong here. Another brother just now say large, not wrong, because he has this approach. in business, sometimes you make a decision today based on the information you have today. But around once you are running business, after 2 years time, for example, things goes in your favor and you will be smiling away. And then you make a right decisions. But you make a decision today based on whatever analysis you make. And then the country's conditions or the economic condition 2 years down the line become very bad. Maybe war, there's a war, there's a riot here and there, and then things become bad. And it doesn't mean you make wrong decisions because you cannot see what will happen by then. Okay, we have gone to one extreme. One is very, very optimistic. Another one very, very pessimistic or very conservative. Like, let's look at another one. Oh, this one, the explanation. Pessimistic criterion, choose maximum from the minimum, opposite of maximax. So after two extreme, let's look into more realistic approach. We call it criterion of realism. More realistic. So it is also called Hurwitz criteria. So we are going to take with somewhere in between. So try to balance between extreme cases. It means the best or the worst. I mean, between the most extreme optimistic, the most extreme pessimistic approach. So in these situations, we are going to introduce what you call it coefficient of realism, or it's also called coefficient of optimism, alpha. So this coefficient range from 0 to 1 and given by this formula, criteria of realism, alpha times maximum payoff in each decision from each decision alternative or in the row plus 1 minus alpha times minimum in the row or the minimum from the decision alternative. Look at this carefully. If alpha is 1 minus 1 is 0, right? So you are not looking into this. You are looking into maximum only. So your decision process become maximax. If alpha is 0, 0 times this one becomes 0. 1 minus 0, 1. So you're looking into the minimum only. So the decision making become maximin. So now if the value of alpha is slightly greater than greater than 0.5, then we can say the manager or decision maker is a little bit on the optimistic side. Or we can say he is optimistic. If the decision maker, you put alpha is less than 0.5, then we can say the decision maker is conservative or pessimistic. Okay, let's look back at the payoff table. We use back the payoff table. We are going to use this formula, criteria of realism, alpha times maximum in the row, plus 1 minus alpha times minimum in the row. So this is what you did. We have done. This is the same number, 0.4. Now given alpha is 0.4. 0.4 times 8 plus 0.6. 1 minus alpha is 0.6 times 7. You have this number. Now, when using criteria of realism, we choose the highest criteria of realism. Where's the highest? Yeah. What will be your decision?
Medium.
Yeah. Medium. Yeah, 8.6 medium. So you will construct medium. Okay, let's figure out. Just like brother say, construct small. Let's say 2 years ago, you made the decision, construct small. And then today, the demand is so good. Are you happy, brother? You will make profit 8 million. Are you happy?
Quite happy lah.
Quite happy, but not very happy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Happy.
What do you say? You wish you have constructed
Large.
Large
large.
condominium.
Large. You wish you can make how much more? Or
12
you
12
million.
more.
12 million. You wish
Yes.
you can make 12 million. Oh, so
Or then
sad.
double.
12 million. But if you construct, say 2 years ago, if you construct 14 million, medium, you make 14 million. You are still not very happy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Satisfactory.
Partially.
But you wish you can make so much, right? You wish you make how much more?
6.
6 million.
6 more. So you wish you can make 6 more. How do you get this number just now? Like here, just now you say 12. How do you get 12?
20 minus 6.
20 minus here 6, 20 minus 14. If you happen 2 years ago, you construct large. Today, the economy is so good. What happened to you? Laughing away, right?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. So, mashallah. So, what happened? You are happy. You don't lose anything. So this one just now, if you were to construct small, now the economy is so good or the demand is so strong. I regret constructing small. Do you? Right? You feel like you regret. How much is your regret? 12 million. That's your regret. The same thing if you have constructed medium and now economy is so good, your regret is how much? 6
million.
If you happen 2 years ago, you construct large, now you make 20 million. Do you have any regret?
No.
No regret, zero regret. So this is the regret. You take the highest minus all this payoff. This regret actually opportunity loss. You lose the opportunity of making extra 12 million. Here, if you construct medium, now economy is good, you lose the opportunity of making additional 6 million. If you constructed large, then okay, everything okay. The same go here on, if you, like brother just now, same as, sorry, I use your example, you make decision to construct small. And then the economy happened to be weak. Any regret? Any regret, brother?
No regret.
No regret, zero regret. But if you happen to construct large, say 2 years ago, now economy is bad or demand is bad, you lose 16 million.
Yes.
Sorry, you lose 9 million. Your regret will be
60 million.
16 million. So how do you calculate? The same thing, the highest minus this number, highest minus 7, 0. This one from here, highest minus 5, we get 2. This one, highest minus 9. So these are the opportunity loss. Okay, let's look into how to handle this regret. So we have another approach. You don't bang table loudly. You can bang because you regret so much. So we are trying to minimize your frustrations. We call it minimax regret. Minimax regret. So we have this, what we call it expected opportunity loss. Choose minimum out of maximum regret. So you are going to calculate the regret or the expected opportunity loss from each decision alternative. Then this criteria is neither optimistic nor purely pessimistic. So it's somewhere in between also. So regrets or opportunity loss, just now we discussed with respect to each decision alternative. So this is the formula: regret, the highest payoff in the column J, and then minus each respective payoff from the respective row from that column. Okay, like this one you already calculated just now. Okay, I just skip this one. Okay, this is the regret. 12, I put it here. You calculate just now, right? Remember this number, 12, 6, 0. Here, 0 to 16. So come to minimax regret. You try to list down the maximum regret from these two. What's the maximum between the two? 12, right? 12. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. Between 6 and 2?
6.
Of course, 6. Between 0 and 16? 16. But when it comes to frustration, you want to maximize your frustration or minimize your frustration?
Minimize the frustration.
Minimize.
So we will choose 6.
Yeah, choose 6. Then what will be your decision? Construct?
Yeah.
Medium. So construct medium. So this will be the summary. If you approach Maximax approach, you construct large condominium. You use Maximin, small condominium. Criteria of realism, you are going to construct medium. Minimax regret, medium. Scenario like this, there is no rule that says which one is better. Criteria or realism is better, minimax regret better, maximin better, maximax better. There is no straightforward answer to that. It depends on the characteristic of the decision maker or the manager. If you are a bit optimistic person or very confident person, the chances is you are putting maximax, or maybe you are trying to use criteria of realism with higher value of alpha. So this there is no right or wrong or which method better than the others. It all depends on how the team or the organizations handle these problem solving situations. Okay, let's look at another one, decision making with probabilities. What is decision making with probabilities? Decision making under risk. What probability are we going to look at? Probability of the states of nature. States of nature. Probability of the states of nature. There are two approaches in this decision making with probabilities. Number one, expected value method. We are going to work out, find the best, highest expected value from each decision alternative. Another one is expected opportunity loss. This is different from regret. This is, I would like to use the word expected value of opportunity loss, but somehow the text, I mean, our syllabus use this one. I use this one, expected opportunity loss. So from here, we find the best alternative which gives the least expected opportunity loss. How do we handle that? Okay, let's look back at our payoff. Okay, before that, expected value. Expected value, we are going to calculate expected value of each decision alternative is the sum of the probability of states of nature times the payoff from that decision alternative. Okay, let this intimidate you first. You want to memorize, up to you. No need to memorize. You can easily apply this. Okay, let's look at this. Operationalize this one. Expected value. The same thing. We are still looking at the same payoff. Let's say now we already get some information from the analyst about the probability of the states of nature for strong demand and weak demand. Let's say you have this information, the probability of strong demand is 0.8. And then probability of weak demand is 0.2. So assuming this is something qualified information, so how to calculate expected value? Just now I did say the sum of the probability times payoff. That means this one plus this one plus, sorry, this one times this one plus this probability times this payoff. So you get this expected value, 0.8 times 8 plus 0.2 times 7, you get 7.8. The same for this one, we use this information. So you have 12.2, or I put here. So this is the formula that intermediate you just now. So here, the way we calculate. Now, when it comes to expected value, we are going to take the highest expected value. What's the highest? What will be your decision anyway? I think now large. You are much faster now. Large condominium. So this is your decision, large condominium. Okay, let's look at the other one. Oh, there's another way of looking at it, the same way, using decision tree. This this is exactly the same decision tree. The same thing, we put the probability of states of nature here, the probability of states of nature here. So for small condominium, strong demand 0.8, weak demand 0.2. Medium 0.8, 0.2 also the same. For large also same. And the payoff written on the right hand side. Then calculate the expected value and write it here. Very easy. 0.8 times 8 plus 0.2 times 7, write it here. This is your expected value. The same thing, of course, you decide already. You have decided this one. So you choose the highest, and then this will be your decision. From the three alternatives, this is your decision. Okay, now look at expected. I put value quietly, expected value of opportunity loss, EOL. So what you do is you list down the regret or the opportunity loss. Remember, when you regret, just rather regret very much, this is his regret. These are actually the opportunity loss. We use the same probability. Now I make my own formula here. Expected opportunity loss. Should put V here. For this one, expected value of opportunity loss. Actually, this is the same thing. The probability times the regret. Probability times regret. This is your regret. Probability times regret. So you take this one. This is the outcome of your calculations. 0.8 times 12 plus 0.2 times 0. This is the outcome, and this one also. Again, regret, choose which one. What's your decision? I think you decided already.
Large.
Yeah, large. Yeah, large. Now you are very much faster. Great. So I think for today, I think I seems to finish too early. Oh, 1 hour, not bad. I think for today, I will just want to cover up to here. Can we just have a little chit chat after this? Is it okay?
Sure, doctor.
We end here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to have want to have to feedback from you. I'm not so sure how do you feel. Anyway, this is online classes, and maybe you are more familiar with online classes as a student. Whether I am too slow or I am too fast, and then I'm not so sure. How do you feel? If too fast, then you let me know. No hard feeling, don't worry. Too slow, you can tell me. Then I will try to do it faster, but depend on the majority. Because previous classes in proper classroom, I encounter in between. Some say I am too fast, some say I am quite slow. Up to you. Otherwise, I maintain my tempo as it is. Any feedback?
Sir, I mean, with all due respect, I think the pace could be a little higher, but I may represent the minority.
It means quite fast. So
That means it's a bit slow, but
a bit
it's
slow.
understandable. Yeah.
Okay, great. Others?
I would agree with him too, sir.
Okay. Then you read the slide. All right. And then another thing is there is also questions. Some people ask about. Some of you give private request, private inquiry to me about WhatsApp group. I don't think necessary now since you all have access to this one. I think WhatsApp group is mostly how to notify you for whatever things. I feel not so necessary. Only today I get your phone number. If you want, I will create one. Otherwise, I will use iTaklim announcement. Whatever, anything, I will just park into the announcement. What do you think?
Maybe instead of WhatsApp group, we can create Telegram group.
Telegram.
Yeah.
Also okay. I can create Telegram. All
And
right.
I think the easier for you is if you could just post the invitation link in Itatlim. That could be easier for you.
Oh, I thought it's already. You have to push every situations. What if, because it's I already put the schedule, the class schedule in the iTaklim. Unless otherwise there is some changes, I'll let you know. What do you think? Or you want every class we push into that? Whichever. Because the class schedule is already there for the next, how many classes? 30 classes.
Oh, I think I mean what I meant just now was that you could post the invitation link to the WhatsApp or the Telegram group in Itatlim. So that when we click, we just simply enter.
Oh.
I thought
I get you what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, brother.
doctor already sent the link via Outlook, right?
I can notify that through email, like the first time I did, because at that time I don't have your phone number at all. But somehow or other, I
I got it.
managed.
Okay.
Yeah. At that point of time, again, this one just excuse, not excuse. I mean, very shy to tell you. I mean, management problem. I was given last minute notice to teach, and then unfortunately,
Oh,
they cannot create ITD portal for me in time because the procedure I had to fill up form. Although the form I filled it last week, and there's something else happening, they only send it to the ITD only yesterday, and I got it today. And then today only I can access your information, I mean your phone number and email. But earlier I can somehow or other this CPD, Center for Professional Development, they are very kind enough to create the space for me, the access to, and then they give me the password, and then they match the link to your class. Your class is only created on Sunday. Your class is created on Sunday, and then I realized today more people. Yesterday also already more people. On Monday only 50 people. I think now we have more friends around. That's good. So you feel push, it is okay. You want to do Telegram also okay, whichever okay. So now decision, no decision analysis.
So I think if for second year you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I think for official announcement, maybe you can use the Outlook as you used
Outlook.
before or the
Okay.
iTalim. But I
Okay.
think maybe we can use the Telegram or WhatsApp group uh, to I think it will be easier for us to reach you if there's something we need to ask or we need to communicate among each other because we don't know each other in this class.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. Okay.
But personally, I prefer Telegram over WhatsApp group. So, but regardless if you do either of them, I think you should follow. I think you could follow Brother Aiman's suggestion to put the invitation link in the iTaklim. We just we just can access the link there to join the group.
Okay, fine.
Or sir, if you like,
Yeah.
we can create the group now and then post it on the chat.
Okay. I will try to do the group. So now the question is WhatsApp or Telegram?
Telegram is fine.
Huh? Either is
Telegram is
fine.
fine.
Because
Telegram.
Telegram, everybody have it. I'm not
Yes.
sure because
Yes.
a lot.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, I have both, but of late I see people are migrating to Telegram for some reason. So it is okay for me to use Telegram. Either one. I don't want both. Otherwise, it clutter the. We do not know which one is the dominant group. So if that's the case, can we have consensus to open up a Telegram? Yes, Brother Ayman.
Sure.
Suggestion from Brother Ayman. Okay, Sister Sadia. Okay, and then
Yes,
other
agreed.
agreed. Okay, I take it as group decision because only a few of you mentioned and nobody opposed.
Okay.
Or is the expected value is high.
Expected value is okay then. So if there's a case, I will create Telegram group. Maybe if I were to use Telegram group, I will not use the push in iTaklim. That means one of them. Otherwise, multiple thing. Unless something which I want it to have documented and to be properly documented in iTaklim. Okay, I think as consensus that
I
we are
have a
going
question. What about our attendance?
attendance. Oh yeah, how to know you come or not? I
Sorry.
know, I know. I based on the number, I know all of you are in, but again, I don't have evidence now. I think subsequent classes, why not just put in the chat your student number? What do you think? Once you are in, put a student number in chat so that I
You
can,
mean, Dr. Me, metric number?
yeah, your arithmetic number.
Okay, noted, Doctor.
You want to put both also, okay. Metric, both name and metric number just to verify your like Muhammad something and put like Ashraf here. I see Ashraf, Muhammad Ashraf, just put Ashraf only. Sufficient. I think I can validate this or this one belongs to so just in case you mistakenly key in the wrong number, whatever. At least I can validate this one belong to so and so. Okay, I will put that because that carry 5%. Yeah, because this is the only basis I have now on participation is attendance. Okay. Any more? Next class, I will still continue with this topic. Then subsequent class, we do some exercises. But I hope you are using notebook or computer, because once I do this, I will write on the slide and it will become very, very tiny. It will come, if you use phone so small, and then unless you have very good eyesight, it's okay. For me, I think I need a very strong lens to magnify. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah.
So, you will upload the slide before the class or after the class, or how?
What do you mean slide? The class video or what?
The slide for your lecture.
The slide I already upload in iTaklim up to topic number 4, up to project scheduling.
Yes, yes.
I put L1, L01, L02, L03. It's not lecture number, it's the topic, the class, the topic. Like here, decision science, L02. But I will cover this maybe in 3 classes. Today, next on Monday we finish it off, and then on the Wednesday next week we have a quick run on some of the exercise. If you feel the exercise, we try have a run first. You feel the exercise, you know very well, you can handle it yourself, then I forget about the exercise. If you feel a bit clumsy because I have to write on the screen here, it's not so easy as whiteboard. So a bit clumsy, you need I need your patience. If it is useful to you, then I will continue with the exercises. Otherwise, I don't feel I want to abort the idea of exercises, because your exam carry 50%. Then you must have a hands-on how to apply those calculations. Today is still very easy, brother, sister. Today's class still peanut. Once you start going to the subsequent one, it's just a little bit more exciting. This is warming. Today is just warming up. I think you are a little bit warmer than last class. I think when we come to Monday, I think you will be fusing. I think smoke coming out from your head. Okay, see how it go, and then you tell me whether I should continue. But personally, I feel that I should continue exercise as best as I can using the platform we have. Since some of you are not in Malaysia, some of you are here, some of you are outside Malaysia listening to me. I'm not sure how many of you, I cannot remember. There are some who are not in Malaysia attending the class. All right. Can I conclude the class?
Doctor, just the class.
Okay, let's conclude the class with the recitation of Suratul Nas.
Doctor, I want to ask something.
Yeah, okay.
What about the recording of this meeting?
I tried to upload in iTaklim yesterday, so I think I find it not so nice. So I want to create YouTube first, but I'm yet to learn how to do it because I never upload any video on YouTube, and then I will put the link in iTaklim. See how it go, whichever I choose. I have not really. I have the video already on the first class. If you want to relook at it, I also want to edit, because the first class. So sorry, because about some of you come early on the first class, waited for quite long before the class. I have to cut that video to remove those waiting time. And then I will remove the first part, and then right away to the topic I'm going to which I discuss. All right. Any other query? Now we can
Sir.
chit-chat.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my first class, so I wanted to know about the other assessments, if the groups are made yet for
The
the assignment.
what? The first class?
This is my first class. I didn't. I registered yesterday.
Yeah, I have this is what we are discussing. We are discussing the in okay, never mind. The other brothers. I hope you bear with me with this brother's query. 50%, sorry, 25% will be coursework based on decision Islamic perspective. 25, and then 20% will be problem solving exercise. I think we will brief you later. Then 5% will be participations or attendance. Then 50% will be from examinations. The exam coverage, I'm not so sure how this we will discuss with the course coordinator. That carry heavily. You must have a good hands-on how to handle questions. That's why I need to do some exercise with you, just like a mock-up, how to answer exam questions. Actually, even for my exercise, some of them I use past paper questions. How are you going to handle past paper questions? Okay, do I answer you, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Otherwise, you can privately message me through WhatsApp or Telegram. Both are okay. Using, I mean, you have my phone number. You look at my slide. You look at iTaklim. You download I think the course brief. I think from there there's information about me, information about the course, and then my contact number are there. My email is there. So you can, I am accessible. Don't worry about that. So, okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if there is nothing else, I want to conclude the class. Can I conclude?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's conclude the class with the recitation of Suratul As. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr illa allazina amanu wa tawassaw bis sabr wa tawassaw bis sabr. Thank you very much, brothers sisters. Let's see you again on Monday. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Yeah,
Thank
most
you,
welcome.
doctor.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Very happy to see you today.
Thank you.